Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? So today I want to speak about important subject, and it is a sensitive subject, okay? And what is the best diet you need to be on, and how to approach that best diet. Okay. I'm not gonna talk about all diets out there, but I'm gonna talk about the ones that the best ones, the best diets that would work for you. I know some others, they had some other diets work for them, but this is what I'm gonna examine. Okay, I'm gonna examine the ketogenic diet, carnivore diet, and what else? Intermittent fasting. I don't know if intermittent fasting is a diet or a lifestyle. And incorporating carbs with all that. But I'll get to that later. First of all, the ketogenic diet and the carnivore diet, they are very similar. Very similar. Okay? Most people who are doing carnivore are actually keto. Okay? If you eating fatty cuts of meat, fat, for example, a ribeye is 70% fat. The caloric intake is 70% fat. But if you're doing carnivore and eating lean meat, and you're not consuming much fat in terms of butter or other fat sources, I don't think you would feel as good. Some people might, but I doubt it. So you want to use the keto concept. What is the keto concept? The keto concept is basically the ratio of your caloric intake. Ketogenic diet is the classic ketogenic diet is 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs. So moderate, adequate protein, and very low carb and high fat. So you want to take that ratio, okay, and apply it to the carnivore diet. Okay, I'm not saying it has to be high fat, adequate protein, and low carbs. Okay, a lot of people out there, they preaching that you have to eat like lower fat. No, if you are already fat, you could either have the plate, you could either consume the fat from the plate or from your own body. Whenever you listen to that, whenever somebody tells you either from the plate or from your own body, at first it sounds, so freaking, it sounds as if it is making sense, okay? Oh yeah, I have a lot of fat, so if I don't consume fat, my body will start, eating the fat of me. No, okay? For those who have done low calories, they counted some fucking calories to lose weight, they know what I'm talking about. Because there are times where you drop your calories so low to the point of starvation, and you still do not lose fat. So it's not 1 + 1 = 2. The body is very efficient. Doesn't mean you remove the fat, it will, oh yeah, let me start eating some fat here off the belly, some fat here off the arms, some fat here off the butt. It doesn't fucking do that. It always is trying to be efficient, conserve energy, adapt, and things like that. So that concept is false. And I speak from freaking experience. There was times where I have, I've been on a very low deficit, very low fat, very low carb. I felt like shit, and I wasn't losing fat. I wasn't losing fat at all. Because at first, yes. At first, let's say you drop your fat 50% today on a ketogenic diet or whatever. You are going to lose weight. But you will hit a stall very quickly. You will hit a stall very quickly. It's not sustainable. And but start with 75% fat and try to go up to 80 and go down even to 50-50. See which ratio works for you. And a lot of Facebook groups out there, they say, oh, it's gotta be this much, it's gotta be this much, it's gotta be this much. You find somebody else, another Facebook group preaching, no, you gotta eat high fat, eat the shit out of some fat. This is the only way you're gonna lose fat. And be in ketosis and shit. So there is a lot of contradiction. But as I say, is self-experiment and find which ratio you feel best at. For me, I feel best at between 75 or 80% fat, and the rest is adequate protein and very insignificant amount of carbs. Okay, what I was talking about. This is how I feel best on a ketogenic diet. I eat adequate amount of protein. I'm not trying to lower my protein. I eat enough and even more than enough. But I don't go overboard with protein. Whenever I eat too much protein, and I'm not saying, gluconeogenesis, none of that shit. I don't give a shit about that, okay? I'm talking about how do I feel personally. I'm not talking about ketosis either. You can eat a lot of protein and be in ketosis or whatever. So it's not that ketosis matter too much anyway. I feel better having higher fat ratio and adequate protein ratio. So find your ratio that works for you. Anyway, let me get back to the subject that I wanted to speak about. So you can combine keto and carnivore together. How do you do that? So I said you apply the ratios of keto to carnivore, and you go full-blown carnivore for a few days, and then what you do is you start adding some of the keto approved stuff, veggies, some of the keto approved veggies, one at a time, because carnivore, the best thing about carnivore, it's an elimination diet. If you have any intolerance towards some food or allergic reaction or anything that might trigger any issues, inflammation or something like that, you start incorporating few things at a time and see how you feel. For example, I went full-blown carnivore, and then I added onions. I know onions, a lot of people, they say, oh no, onions has high carbs. Also, onion is one of the best prebiotics out there for your gut health. I'm not saying eat 20 onions, but a little bit, it would still be within your 20 grams or to 25 grams of carbs. And I felt really good. My digestion was well, no problems. And then, let's say you introduce lettuce. I introduced lettuce. I felt like crap. I don't digest lettuce good, so I avoid lettuce now. So that's the principle. If you like, some zucchini or whatever vegetable, sauerkraut, add it and see how you feel. If you don't like vegetables, you don't want to add vegetables at all, by all means, you don't have to add vegetables. But there is a lot of research out there, about the gut health and the microbiome, that you can increase the diversity of your microbiome by eating more fiber. Not necessarily just pure fiber, but like cruciferous vegetables like garlic, mushrooms, and there's a lot of keto prebiotics out there. What else? So you combine the carnivore keto concept with intermittent fasting. How do you do that? You do that by if you want to get technical, you want to do the 16-8, where you skip breakfast and then you have lunch or dinner or something. I don't do none of that shit. I don't do none of that eating windows. My intermittent fasting, basically, I eat meals only. Okay, this is my protocol. If you don't want to call it intermittent fasting, you can call it whatever. But it is meals only. I do not snack. Whenever you do not snack, you eat meals only, you will find yourself eating 2 meals a day or 3 meals a day at maximum. For me, most of the time I find myself end up eating only 2 meals a day. If I had lunch, it would be like, a can of tuna or a can of sardines or something like that. What else? Yeah, so you incorporate keto with carnivore, eating mostly animal food products, organ meats, high fat cuts of meat. So as I said, you incorporate keto, carnivore, and you feed your gut bacteria with fibrous keto approved vegetables, and you incorporate intermittent fasting. So you basically doing 4 things to make your health better. So this is what I do. I incorporate these 4 things, and now I'm experimenting with one more thing. What am I experimenting with? I'm experimenting with the targeted ketogenic diet. Okay, basically strategically adding carbs at specific times, either pre-workout or post-workout. And what is the targeted ketogenic diet first? If you do not know, targeted ketogenic diet is basically you consume carbohydrates before your workout or after your workout. The most common way, and the one that I'm using now, is to consume dextrose. Okay, but you need to consume 20 to 25 grams of dextrose if you want to, still be in ketosis and keto and stuff like that. Some people go even higher and they still be in ketosis. Okay, for me now, I'm doing I do not go more than 8 grams. I not went over 8 grams a day. Usually I take, either 3 grams or 4 grams, and then I would have another one, 3 to 4 grams after a workout. And I'm planning to increase that gradually over my experiment and see how things change. Why the targeted ketogenic? First of all, targeted ketogenic diet is not for everybody. I'm just trying to explain that you can enhance your diet, instead of doing the same thing over and over and expect better results. And you could always get back to the basics. You know, anytime things go out of hand, I just go back to regular keto, you know, with no issues. You know, it's like my anchor. And yeah, the target ketogenic diet, not for everybody. And basically you consume dextrose, which is almost pure glucose, very easily utilized by the body. It does not get sent to the liver. The reason behind the targeted ketogenic diet is to get, you know, extra strength, extra energy by tapping into, you know, by using glucose for intense workout. The thing is, the body create glucose either way. You know, if you consume glucose or not, even if you don't consume glucose at all, your body will still produce glycogen. You know, some processes, if that's a word, in the body needs glycogen. How does the body come up with glycogen? Okay, I'm not gonna get very technical with it, but the body could convert either protein or fats or amino acids from fats or something like that, convert them to glucose. But you know, it's not easy for the body to you know, produce grams of glycogen from that process. So whenever you consume a little bit glucose, you save your body an extra step that you know, it really does not have to do. I might be wrong, but this is what I think right now. And yeah, so this is what it is. You combine several concepts into your lifestyle and see how it works. You don't have to, and most importantly, you know, regardless of what you do, since keto becoming so popular, there are so many products out there, so many keto products out there, that people think it might be a good idea to consume these products and still see results. Some people might see results, but if you truly want to get results of health and weight loss, you need to stay the fuck away from these products. Eat real food. And if you consume a product, know that it's not optimal. Do not eat some Quest bars or something like that. Oh yeah, I'm on a keto diet, I'm gonna start losing weight, and then tell people, oh, I did not lose weight on keto. It's just keto, I don't think it's for me. I should be on some whatever the fuck I want to eat diet and magically lose weight. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, I mean, whenever people start consuming all these keto products, it's another junk food in itself. You know, keto have became so successful in the beginning because it became so successful in the beginning because there was no products. You know, whenever I got started, there is no keto nothing. You know, just all you gotta eat, just real food. You know, you can't go to a restaurant and I mean, yeah, you can make your meal a keto, but there was no products that you can consume that are keto. But anyway, the video is getting too long. Thank you guys for listening, And please subscribe to this channel. I do experiments. I talk about important stuff, different concepts, different approaches that I say a lot of people out there not talking about, not putting a lot of emphasis on it. And like the video if there's anything of value in it. And you guys have a great day.